It's Friday night at Iowa State in mid-October. Students have just gotten back from the homecoming football game and are preparing to go under the campanile when the clock strikes midnight to kiss their significant other. This act is known as campanealing. According to Iowa State University Foundation, tradition says that a student officially becomes an Iowa Stater when he or she has been kissed under the campanile at the strike of midnight. This tradition is known as campanealing and often occurs during homecoming festivities. Being the largest university in the state of Iowa comes with a long line of traditions. Iowa State University is the first land-grant institution in the country, devoted to helping students learn and receive an education that opens many doors to the future. I have been fascinated by the history of Iowa State ever since I enrolled in 2015. I have read and done research on many different aspects of the history of Iowa State. First, I will talk about how Iowa State became a credible institution. Second, I will discuss famous alumni that have led the university to great things. Finally, I will discuss how history and traditions have made the university what it is today. Iowa State University is located in Ames, Iowa, which is about 45 minutes north of the state capital, Des Moines. First established as the Iowa Agricultural College and Model Farm in 1858, it was a primarily agriculturally based program. The name was later changed to Iowa State University of Science and Technology in 1959. A land-grant university is an institution that has been designated by its state legislature or Congress to receive the benefits of the Morrill Acts. Being the first land-grant institution, their philosophy was that higher education should be accessible to all and that the university should teach liberal and practical subjects, like agriculture, says Zanish Belcher. The land grant consists of 648 acres. The first class entered in 1869, consisting of 24 men and 2 women. They graduated in 1872. According to Ross, the first building built on campus in 1868 was called the main building and housed the whole college. Here's a picture of the main building on the top left. The first floor contained the chapel, president's office, cashier's office, and library. The second floor contained several classrooms and rooms for students. The third and fourth floors contained students' rooms in the museum. Students' rooms contained 2 straight hooked chairs, a wardrobe, study table, washbowl, pitcher, and waste bin. One notable icon on Iowa State's campus is the campanile. Stated above, there are many traditions associated with the campanile. Built in 1898, the campanile was a memorial to Margaret McDonald Stanton, Iowa State's first Dean of Women. The tower is located on Central Campus. According to Lang, bells ring every 15 minutes. The name was later changed from Iowa State to Iowa State University of Science and Technology in 1959. Now that you have a little background on Iowa State, let's talk about some notable alumni. As many notable alumni went and graduated from Iowa State University, the most famous being George Washington Carver. He was the first African American graduate from Iowa State and stayed to work as a graduate student. He finally finished doing research. Finished school, he went to do research. According to Zanish Belcher, Carver worked with peanuts and other plants. While Carver has historically been known to be the inventor of peanut butter, he did not, in fact, invent peanut butter. Instead, another lab created it, and he got all the credit. He became the university's first African American member working on extension programs, says Zanish Belcher. Furthermore, there is now a building named after him on campus. Also on this list of famous Iowa State alumni is Jack Trice. He is a significant African American student that went and graduated from Iowa State University. He played football at the university and tragically died when he endured injuries during a football game. Iowa State's football stadium is named after him, holding the highest honor. Finally, I'd like to discuss how things have changed from when Iowa State was first founded to the institution it is today. Iowa State now has 36,000 graduate undergraduate students. The average class size is 40 students with a student-to-teacher ratio of 19:1. Mentioned above, Iowa State is located on over 600 acres. Iowa's students utilize this by sitting on central campus, hammocking on the designated post-up spots, and eating lunch on the steps of buildings named after famous alumni. Lang later asked a local student, Chris Van Ort, what he thought of the university, and he said, "Central Campus is absolutely beautiful. Iowa State is trying to get away from its heavy emphasis on agriculture and into other endeavors. A lot of the campus is engineering, and the best part of Iowa State is the people who attend and work at the school. Iowa State University is the first land-grant institution in the country devoted to helping students learn and receive an education that opens many doors to the future." First, I talked about how Iowa State became an accredited institution. Then I talked about the notable alumni that went and graduated from the university. And finally, I talked about how these factors have influenced the institution today. Wherever we choose to go to school, I recommend looking into the history of how it was founded. This information made me proud to be an almost alumni of a historically fascinating school. I feel extremely prepared to thrive in the real world with the education I have received.